They say the devil is in the details, and nothing could be truer when it comes to planning your perfect wedding. You've thought about the dress, you've thought about the venue, you've thought about the photographer and the videographer, of course. But what about the drinks? A bar experience which is uninspired can make your event feel very ordinary, while a spectacular one can elevate it to the legendary status you want it to be.
They need to know that the fees can be serious.
So how do you make that bar experience at your wedding an unforgettable part of the celebration? Welcome to your Perfect Wedding Podcast by Chapnik from chapnikpictures.com. And today we have a special guest to guide us through this often overlooked aspect of wedding planning. Joining us is Calvin the bartender. He is a highly sought after mixologist from Yaoundé, one of the best in my opinion.
I don't know if there's something more exceptional than a wedding day.
With over a decade of experience turning simple gatherings into exceptional events, Calvin is here to share his expertise on how to make your wedding bar an absolute showstopper.
Make sure you hire somebody who tells you.
It's black and white.
Before we begin the podcast, I have one small favor to ask. Would you please hit that subscribe button down below so that our video could be recommended to a lot more people? And also, there are timestamps in the description below so that you can jump to whatever part of the discussion that you want. Let's go. Welcome, Calvin.
Thank you, Mr. Chap.
Yeah. Thank you very much for accepting our invitation for this our little discussion.
My pleasure.
Right. So his name is Calvin the bartender. So I guess you already understand that he's a bartender, he's a mixologist. Am I getting the terms right?
You're getting everything right. You're getting everything right.
What's even the difference between a bartender and a mixologist?
Oof. It is a big and too big debate. And I'm not sure we'll have enough time for that. But technically a bartender, you'll have some people telling you a bartender is not a mixologist is not a bartender, that a bartender is just somebody serving you a beer or a drink when you go at a bar, and that a mixologist is somebody who will make you a specific cocktail, who can create syrups, who can create other kind of spirits and everything. But honestly, to me, it is all the same. So honestly, to me, it is the same, because to me, it is just about, making the customer, making the guest happy. Creating an experience for him, and that's it.
I guess when the guest comes to you and is asking for a drink, he doesn't care whether you're a mixologist or a bartender.
Exactly. You got it.
So tell us a little bit more about how you got into mixology or bartending.
All right. First of all, it is all about passion. Because for the short story, I actually started a couple of years ago working as a cook.
Oh.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh.
Then I went from cooking to serving, from cooking to being a waiter, and then I was just curious about drinks, cocktails, and everything, and so I'm basically a self-taught bartender. I learned everything by myself on YouTube and books, because I have a lot of books, mixology, drinks books, and all kind of recipes you can imagine. I have all of those. So, and from all those learnings, I actually applied. I actually had jobs, because the main purpose of having a job is to pay your bills.
You need to pay bills.
Exactly, you need to pay bills. So I've worked in many companies.
Most notably the Hilton Hotel, where I actually met him.
Exactly. Most recently at the Hilton Hotel, where I've worked at the head bartender, beverage manager, and everything. But I've had enough of that one, so decided to actually start sharing a little bit more, because when I was working in those different companies, I was not really capable to provide the kind of experience that are wanted for everybody. For example, for
something more specific to you.
Exactly. because I will have some people telling me, "Oh, I'm getting married in 2 weeks and 2 months. Are you available?" Nope. It would just be like a nope. It was so I was literally just kind of exclusive to
Yeah.
exactly. But it doesn't mean that I'm not exclusive anymore. It doesn't mean that I'm not exclusive anymore because to me also it is not just about making drinks. It is not just about the business. It is about the experience.
Mm-hmm.
It is about the experience. What does the guest love? What does the people contact me for their wedding, for whatever of the for the event? What do they actually love? Do they even know what a cocktail is? Can they appreciate
Yeah.
a well done drink? Honestly, I've had a lot of people approaching me. If I notice that you don't actually know what a good cocktail is and you just want to, I mean, have cocktails because you've heard people having cocktails, I'm like, nope. I'll just recommend it to somebody else.
Uh-huh.
It is a little bit like people loving good wines.
Oh.
If you serve them, you know, something which is not good, they'll be like, no, man, this is, you know.
Yeah, well, that means it's really like you want to work with somebody who has learned to appreciate what you actually do.
Exactly.
To appreciate the value that you actually bring into that experience in order for their event or their wedding in this case to be exceptional or to be a step up.
That's it. Because let's agree on something. If you know you do not know anything about soccer, for example,
Yeah.
there's no way you will be able to appreciate a fantastic goal. You just
Yeah, for sure.
exactly. So that's a little bit where I'm trying to take people to be able to appreciate the service or the great picture taken by a photographer.
Yeah.
You actually should already know what you're looking for.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah.
So that's a little bit it.
Okay. So so you have been kind of doing this for how long already? Since you were self-taught, say in a more professional light. For how long have you been?
For maybe almost 10 years. Huh?
Whoa.
Yeah, I think maybe a little bit more, maybe. Yeah.
Well, you certainly don't get to where you have gotten to without the experience, right? Without putting in the 10,000 hours of work and everything. So, well, I guess 10 years is something, and it's what you live for. It's your business. It's what you pay your bills with and everything. So
That's it.
Well, I guess what he's saying here should be taken as gospel truth. Right? Anyways, for weddings in particular, so I guess you were less frequent with weddings when you were working mostly for
Exactly.
Hilton or other things. But now that you are kind of, I'm sure you're a little more free now.
I mean, honestly, wait a minute. Who can say they are really, really free right now? No, seriously. But no, I cannot say I'm that free. Because having to deal with a lot of customers,
Yeah.
a lot of reservations, having to manage with all of that with my teams, not my team, but my teams. So I cannot really say that I'm free right now, because the other thing behind preparing drinks for a wedding is, what is the theme? What is the theme of the wedding? Which kind of, when you're already dealing with somebody who knows what they want, what is the theme? What kind of drinks do they like? Do they expect you to be serving classic drinks like regular mojito, sex on the beach, pina colada, or whatever? Are they expecting you to be creating new sensations with twist on those mojitos, or are they expecting you to be serving more spectacular drinks, like that you actually create just for them?
All right.
For example, somebody wanting a blue and white drink, maybe with a taste of cinnamon, with something sparkly inside, with something spicy as well.
Right.
Exactly. So it is actually, and That being said, it is a lot of work behind that because you have to prepare the menu, you have to propose the menu, you have to make tasting to get the approval before the main day, because your guests must know what will be served on their wedding.
Oh yeah,
or on
I
the
guess
event.
that's still being very busy. I guess it's not every mixologist or bartender who is that busy. Just for the little story before we actually got him on, on this episode. I think we had to schedule this for almost a month in advance because
That right? You see?
because I was like, "Are you free on this day?" It's like, "Nah, I have this place." And even when he said he has like 2 hours and then he has to leave for.
I know, right?
So he carved out these our 2 hours which we are bringing him, and of course we want to bring you the best. Hey people, I wanted to take a brief break from this conversation, and I hope you're enjoying it just as much as I am. And there are 2 things I wanted to talk about. Firstly, did you know that 99% of the people that are watching this podcast on YouTube are not subscribed? Which is a high chance that you who is watching right now is not subscribed. But first, I really want to thank you, first of all, for watching the podcast in the first place. And number 2, guys, hit the subscribe button. Hit that subscribe button, man. And it's going to be really, really amazing. The second thing is, if you're a bride or a groom preparing your wedding and still looking for a team of professional photographers and videographers to cover your special day, I would like to encourage you to give us a call and let us have a chat. The Chapnik Pictures team here has over a decade of experience capturing from very intimate weddings to large and very chaotic ones. I'll make sure to put a link in the description so you can contact us on WhatsApp so we can have a chat, see if we are a good fit for each other. Now, let's get back into that conversation. Yeah. But now for weddings, really, you might have this couple. They are thinking of bringing a mixologist to having a mixologist for their wedding, and they might not really know what to expect, or what do they need to know, or what do couples need to know before they want to come hire a mixologist, before they want to come hire Calvin?
Well, from experience and with all honesty, they need to know that the fees can be serious. I'm not going to lie, the fees can be really serious. When you want to get exceptional things, your wedding day is something really, really, I don't know if there's something more exceptional than a wedding day.
It's a once in a lifetime thing.
Exactly. So, first of all, together, not talking about me though, let's get it clear, to get like an amazing experience with a mixologist, a bartender, a cocktails bar, whatever that you book for your event. If it is too cheap, please be careful.
Right. They say in our work, you pay for what you get what you pay for.
Exactly. Because I've seen a lot of people coming to complain, no, maybe I should have went for something a little bit higher, a little bit different, because at the end we went for something too cheap, and we had a lot of our friends complaining with headaches, with stomach aches, with food poisoning. Yes, you can be poisoned by by booking somebody who does not know what they are doing for your event. You can get sick. I'm sorry, but you can even pass out. It is dangerous. That's why I always recommend everybody to hire professionals.
Yeah.
Who is the professional you are hiring? How is their reputation? Where have they been before? I've had a couple who actually, and till now I'm never gonna forget them, because they asked for my CV for the event. I was like, that's how you do. They told me straight up, it is not about the money. We want to make sure we can trust you. Where have you been? Yeah, a lot of people have told us, he's Calvin the bartender and everything. But we told them, yeah, we know all of that, but
we need to be sure.
We need to be sure. You will barely see people behaving like this. Kelvin X, for example, for 1,000 francs CFA for our events. Chap is asking the help. Let's go for Chap.
Well, at least they need to really know that it's not having a good bartender is. They really don't have to be thinking about the price. They have to be thinking about the value because it can become, let's say, the moins cher.
That's so true. That's so true because the thing to understand is that the good spirits, the good spirits you want to go get in the market, in the stores, or wherever, the good ones are expensive.
Mm-hmm.
And we are not just for, and I'm really emphasizing on the term experience. Personally, I'm just doing it. I'm firstly doing it, okay, for the bills, but how are my guests gonna feel after I leave with my team?
Mm-hmm.
Generally, for over, I cannot even count, more than 100, 200 weddings where my staff and I have been making drinks. Always, yes, we highly recommend. Because we give you what you pay for. We give you an experience that you're never going to get anywhere else.
Mm-hmm.
We serve you drinks in the most professional and modern way that you can find out there.
Mm-hmm.
We bring you the equipment that you need. We bring you the color, the taste, or whatever else you can imagine.
Yeah.
The garnish game, dry fruits, dry ice effects, whatever you can imagine, we bring it to you.
Mm. So okay, so now apart from the price,
Mm-hmm.
they need to know that they have to
The first thing, yeah.
they have to keep themselves well. Apart from the price, what other things should they kind of look out for or expect
Okay.
before going to hire a bartender?
Before hiring a bartender, beside the price, the reputation.
Okay.
Their reputation. And is the person they are hiring is really going to provide what they are looking for? I'm explaining myself. When you're hiring a bartender, ask him and give him the information that he needs. Straight up. How many guests? And be honest, we have had people, they know they're expecting for 500 guests, but they'll tell you straight up, no, we're only waiting for 200 people. No, no, it is to deliver the best experience and service that we are asking for such questions, to play on quantities as well.
Yeah, so if you had to even say, what would be all the different questions you ask the client in order for you to ascertain giving them the best service? What would they be?
Which kind of drinks are you waiting for? Would you like to be served?
Yeah.
Do you have any specific ideas? Do you want to begin on classics? Do you want signature drinks? Do you want a mix of both? Now, how many drinks will you want to have on the menu?
Mm-hmm.
2 alcoholic, 1 alcoholic, 3 alcoholic, 2 alcoholic, and so on. My advice is to stick on 2 alcoholic and 1 alcohol free.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously for the charges, for the price.
Yeah.
The less you have drinks, a little bit less expensive it is going to be.
Yeah, yeah.
Exactly. Then you go on the location. Always give the location.
Mm-hmm.
Why are you giving the location? You give them the location to already prepare the people, the person you are hiring to serve you. Is it outdoors? Is it inside? They need to know this kind of stuff.
Right.
How the number of guests.
Number of guests.
Like I was saying, extremely important. Coming back a little bit to the location, is it in your town? Is it outside of the town? Is it in your village? Is it for a for a better preparation.
Mm-hmm.
Those are generally the main questions.
Right.
Mhm.
So, so first, there's like the location. There is the types of drink they want
Exactly.
with your recommendations, of course,
Exactly.
and the number of guests, and I don't know, what else? What else for this again? Oh yeah, outdoors or indoors.
Exactly. Also, it is also important to know if your guest will want, if the client will want to have the drinks like in a form of open bar for all the event. For example, generally you have apero
Yeah.
at the beginning. Huh?
Mm-hmm.
Do they want the drinks to be served only during that time, or they want the drinks to be served from apero till maybe I don't know
Yeah.
till the middle or
Till
the
end
end?
of yeah.
Exactly. It is extremely important to know as well because
Now that you say that, I kind of see it now.
Mhm.
Because I think even when there's usually apero, it's just people, the clients just come and they make their own mixtures or whatever. I guess that is more like a bartender just serving.
Exactly. Yeah.
But when usually I think for the events which have been where you are
Mhm.
and they have like an open bar for the whole event, it's like give me this on the menu and you do and give. Give me this on the menu, you do and give. And maybe if they add maybe just some juice or something. Sometimes you even create things on the spot.
Of course, that's how you know you hire a pro. Huh? That's it.
Right. So yeah, I think that's really huge. That's really huge for clients to know, especially and so well those are things which you ask the client,
Mhm.
but for a client who is actually looking for a bartender and he wants to make sure that he's actually hiring a good pro,
Mhm.
what would you say? What kind of questions would you advise the client to ask the bartender for them to kind of know that this is not somebody who knows what he's doing?
Oh, it is simple, huh? Like I'm always telling them, ask them if they know Calvin the bartender. If they don't know him, well, just do not hire them. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. No, but honestly, it is firstly talking to them. I'm explaining myself. If you see somebody who's all shaking, huh? Do not hire them. It means that they drinks too much, and you don't want to hire somebody who's come and drink all your alcohol and all your stuff before your guest. No, but generally it is simple. If you want to know you are hiring somebody, a decent bartender for your drinks, for your events, you must at least, if it is somebody who was not recommended or was even recommended, the simple question on the basic classic cocktails. Mojito, what the composition of this, just pick up randomly 3 or 4 drinks like this. Because you have a lot of people who call themselves bartender this, mixologist this, and everything, who cannot even make you an appropriate gin and tonic. With just gin, tonic, and ice. They'll come out with some Sprite, with something else, But to me, that's the most classic thing. Then you ask them, how do they work? For example, what I mean by this is, are they coming with the equipment? If they're not coming with the equipment, be careful. It surely means that they don't have, you will be the one handling the fees of giving them a bar to work, providing glasses, straws, napkins, and every kind of. You are the king and the queen of the event. You don't need to be stressed out with this kind of.
Exactly.
You hire somebody who already has everything. Always make sure. Always make sure you can hire that you are hiring somebody who can make you a drinks proposition under the theme of your event.
All right.
It's how you know you are working with a pro, somebody who knows what he's talking about.
Right. Yeah, I can see that.
Mm-hmm.
I can see that because well, it's especially for weddings. Weddings, the couple really they don't want to be thinking about the minute stuff. They don't want you
Those
to.
details.
They don't want you to come and ask them. We don't have enough. We don't have enough glasses. Oh, this is. But for the liquor, actually, you guys are the ones who actually buy the liquor, right?
Exactly. So generally, it depends. Personally, for my different events, I propose. I bring to my customers. I always gives them the possibility to choose.
Mm.
Either I handle the liquors and everything, or they buy it, but I guide them though. I'll tell them where can you get this, where can you get that, and
Yeah.
everything. And
Because also given that sometimes some of your type of clients or some of the clients who actually know what they're looking for, they might also have some knowledge about some of these spirits and
exactly.
some of this, so they might, maybe when they're coming from overseas, where we are hoping
Oh yeah.
they're going to carry the real one and bring.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Short story about customers and clients and guests coming overseas. It is, oh, I have a bartender who did this drink for me when I was in wherever, when I was on the moon. I went there, Calvin. I'm telling you, I went there. He made this drink made of this, made of that, made of. Can you make the same thing? I'm like, no, I cannot make the same thing because he surely created it out of his imagination.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have the quantities. It is not a classic drink written anywhere. You don't see the recipe anywhere.
Yeah.
Same thing as no way you will go on the sun and ask Chapnik to create something that Calvin has created. Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
So that was it.
Oh wow. Well, I guess well, I hope that people are taking note of this because you don't want to since say I'm also a medical doctor somewhere, so you don't want to go and I think most of these things that you guys mix, so sometimes there can be sometimes there are some people who are allergic to some of these things.
Exactly.
So you really want to work with a pro when it comes to this. You really want to work with a professional. And
that's why, I'm sorry to interrupt you now that you're saying this. There are some drinks. This is surely going to gross you out. But there are some drinks made with egg white, raw egg white.
oh yeah.
Even raw whatever you want. Huh? Make sure you hire somebody who tells you exactly what your drinks are made with.
Mm-hmm.
When you have, for example, on your menu, sharp tonic, it is made with tequila, it is made with egg white, that the ingredients always appear on the menu. Why? Because we've noticed that generally when we talk to people, when they see the menu, they don't generally pay attention. The guests, they just want to have a glass in their hand because, oh, it is good, it is sweet, it is sour, it is everything. But when you talk to the guest, what is a Chapnik special made with? It is made of this, of that, of that. Oh, I cannot have this because I'm making reactions. It is extremely important to know as well.
So we have spoken about how what they need to know and what and the questions they need to ask. But now for your businesses especially, how do you, what's the process like when somebody contacts you to work with you? How do they what is the best mode for them to contact you even?
Well, wait a minute, let me think again.
How do your clients actually even get in contact with you?
Right.
Is it through your number or is it usually a friend of a friend?
Generally, friends of friends.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
General.
Nick told me you were the one making the cocktails with your team at his event last year. Are you available for my events too on this date and everything? Okay. Generally, and generally on social media as well.
Yeah.
Either mainly on Instagram,
Yeah, I
where
think
I'm a
you
little
have a
bit more
huge
active.
presence. Yeah.
Exactly, where I'm a little bit more active. And that's it. And the questions that I'm asking them is okay, the date of the events, the time, really important as well. I forgot to mention earlier.
Mhm.
The time. At what time exactly are the guests supposed to be having their first classes?
Mhm.
If you tell me at 12, it means my team and I should manage to be there at 9
Yeah.
for the mise en place and everything, all the kind of setup. I don't know if I'm answering your question or
No, yeah, that's fine.
okay.
So yeah, so the process of getting to you is okay. They get to you usually through Instagram
Oh yeah.
or through word of mouth, through recommendations, so that
Mm-hmm.
or they call you and well, you kind of already get into the thing. Time, where it is going to be, the time and everything. Basically, the program of the event, right?
That's it.
And then I guess after you have spoken about theme and the type of drinks that they want and all of
Number
that,
of guests and everything.
then you talk about price.
Surely. 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 So generally it is all charges included, huh? Included. Like I mean when we get to buy the spirits, the ingredients, go to the market, source the perfect ingredient and everything. It actually depends on the package the package you're choosing.
Yeah.
If you want the discovery package, let's say for 100 people, the discovery package will be 5,000 by guest
Mm-hmm.
for each guest, yeah. And in the discovery package, you will be having two drinks by guest.
Mm-hmm.
We bring the bar setup and the glasses, 2 to 3 bartenders, and ice, everything, everything needed. In fact,
Well, I guess those are the specifics that you kind of get through with the client all the time. So, have you ever like had, how would I put it, nightmare clients who probably somehow hired you, but they maybe there have been kind of misunderstandings on maybe their agreements and stuff like that. How do you handle difficult clients? Or have you ever even had difficult clients before?
okay, it's weird, but I've never had any difficult client because if you are too difficult, I'll just gently recommend you to somebody else.
Yeah. Well, like I think
This is honest, for real.
no, well, because I think because from the way that you describe it, first of all, people want to like get somebody to come and do bartending at the level at which you are doing. They probably don't disturb a lot.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, like in photography, we used to say when you actually have a client who is paying cheap, you need to be very wary of that client because those are usually the very difficult clients.
Man, it's the same thing everywhere. It is the same thing. But I'm not gonna lie though, maybe something like when I was doing freelance events 5 years ago, I used to have a couple of clients like that. Oh, who will be wanting explanations on literally everything, but no worries. That's what I was there for.
Yeah, it's part of the process.
Exactly, it is a part of the process. You need to know exactly what you're paying for.
Yeah. Well, I guess maybe in your case, it's probably be more of difficult guests rather than the clients, because the clients probably know what they want and you are delivering already what they want, so that's great. But now it will be the guest who comes and probably want to ask something which is not on the menu, want to ask for something they have seen somewhere else.
Yeah, it is simple. No, that one is that one is really simple. It is that simple. I mean, if you're lucky, you can come at one of the bar where I'm working or where I'm making drinks for one events. I don't know. Maybe you'll be able to have the drink there. But right now, right here, unfortunately, it is not possible. That's simple. But I've already had a lot of guests who were like, oof, they were like a pen in a pen somewhere. No, asking exactly, oh, I would like to have this drink made of this, made of that, made of. When you tell them, I'm really sorry, it's not available. This is what is actually available. The menu was already made, and we actually brought those ingredients. But when they don't want to understand, I mean, you just, okay, you just smile and.
Well, I guess, if I'm getting you well, the only way to deal with difficult people is to smile at them.
Oh yeah.
And kill them with kindness.
Exactly. Because you need to make everything you can to avoid being the bad guy. Because at the end of the day, they will always, all the guests will remember a bartender who was rude.
Yeah.
Exactly. But when you were like nice, you were nice in front of everybody. And they look, oh, even when Mr. Chap was being like, he kept smiling. He was all cool. He is professional. And that is also rare. Because I've been in events where you were having bartenders getting extremely mad, cursing at customers, cursing at guests. That's not professional at all.
Well, I guess that will like kind of enter into like the kind of stuff that is more unique to your business, right?
Exactly.
Because since at least you work with teams.
Yeah.
You work with teams, so I'm sure you kind of, is there some kind of coaching that you give to your team, especially maybe for events where you are not there? Because I guess they're hiring you, but you kind of get your team to be there, especially for times when you are not there. You are not there personally. So is there like some kind of coaching that you give to your teams?
Sure. First of all, it is on the different processes of how we do the setup.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say it here, huh? If somebody wants to know, they need to hire me. But beside the processes that we put in place, we also have regular debriefing.
Yeah.
Briefing before, debriefing after every kind of event.
Yeah.
How was it? How was the experience of the guest? Which kind of difficulties did you guys face and everything? Oh, I had this customer, oof, he was like, how did you handle it? I smiled, I listened to them, I smiled, I apologized, I told him what we had, and was he happy at the end? Yeah, at the end he was happy. Okay, that's good. So we permanently have problem resolutions trainings. Constantly with the guys.
Well, I guess that's a mark of a true business, mark of a true professional. Yeah, because I was even talking about difficult clients. I was just thinking about one of my very recent experiences where we actually had an agreement, but we kind of understood two different things about the agreement. And when it came time to deliver, I delivered already and everything, but they were expecting something else after, which, the way that I understood it and the way that I work usually, I don't albums, for example, albums are delivered as an extra thing. But
Surely.
they were already expecting an album, and I was like, Well, that's my fault, not for making it crystal clear. So you kind of take the responsibility and you take the L, you take the loss, and you keep a happy client. So I guess those type of debriefings is something that you say is the mark of a true professional, right?
Yeah.
Voilà. So, but now, see, you have teams and you are doing teams. If there's somebody who is sitting there and is wondering that I'm kind of passionate about drinks, I'm kind of passionate about cooking, like maybe you were cooking before all of this, and he's wondering, oh, this is carving. If you don't know carving, then you don't know bartending in Yaoundé or in Cameroon even. And I want to learn from him, and I want to do. Is there a possibility for that?
I generally hold master classes, but for now, for 2024, already closed. Already closed. I don't yet know, but we're still working on the 2025 classes.
Okay.
Master classes.
So for somebody who is getting into this industry, really, as a bartender or as a young bartender, what kind of advice would you want to give to them?
First of all, I'll ask them to think twice if they're pretty sure it is what they do. They really love it, or they just want to do it to pay their bills. If you don't love it and you just do it for your bills, you will get annoyed, and you might end up disliking it. We were talking about customers, met guests, and everything. When you are working in a bar, in a restaurant, in a hotel, when you are walking behind the bar, you see every kind of guest. Not everybody is happy, not everybody is nice. So if you're just doing it to pay the bills, it's gonna be difficult. So ask themselves, how much do they love it?
Yeah.
Why do they want to do it? And those are for the questions, and for the advices, it'll be to constantly learn.
Yeah.
Being extremely curious. I got where I am because I've always been curious.
Yeah.
Do not be afraid to try new stuff. When you read something, implement it, try it. Being curious, being passionate, love what you're doing. Those are really the advice that I'll be giving to the people wanting to start bartending, and invest in books.
Right.
Invest in books. Why books? Because not everything you watch on social media is the truth. But try books.
And then social media gives you the shortcut.
Exactly.
It gives you the shortcut without all the details which are involved in making that thing look as nice as you are seeing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So that's just it, huh?
Okay. Well, thank you very much for coming. Well, maybe there was even one last question I wanted to ask, but I guess that's not even a question anymore because I was on CRTV the other day. I think I'm saying this all the time.
Superstar. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and Mr. Kembe asked me if photography is bankable. But if I'm asking you the same question, for somebody who is booked out for months in advance, I guess that's not even a question, right?
You already answered.
Well, thank you very much.
My pleasure.
Thank you very much for coming. Thank you very much for coming. And, well, I guess anybody who is watching or listening to this actually learned a lot. If you are getting into the thing, I hope you heard what he said. It's not just about passion. It's a lot of work to put in and everything. So thank you very much. But just before we go, can you give us where they can meet you, where they can see you?
Oof.
Like your social media handles.
Sure.
Well, he's on Instagram at Calvin the Bartender.
All right. Even on TikTok, Calvin the Bartender, but more Instagram thing.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Instagram Calvin the Bartender, TikTok Calvin the Bartender, and somewhere in town where if you go to where there are big people, you probably see Calvin the bartender.
You said it.
So, yeah. All right, thanks again very much for
My
coming.
pleasure,
Yeah.
Mr. Chat.
So, until next time, don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to give us a like so that YouTube can give us some good notes. YouTube will know that we are doing something good here. Like and subscribe. See you next time. Bye-bye.